speaker, man. I hope everybody's having a good evening. Man. A good night. I hope you had a good work day. Let's go. I know it's been a minute since you had this show. It's been a minute, huh? Give me a 1 if everything sounds good. Give me a 1 if everything sounds cool. Let's do it. Shout out to my folk. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them Trout members sliding in for the win. Shout out to Mr. Desmond Iron Man. Shout out to Marcus McFarland in the building. What's happening, man? Let's do it. Shout out to John Gilbert. Everybody slide in, man. Get your shout out while it's hot, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. Give me a flame emoji if you happy to have the trap back. You know what I'm saying? We back in the trap with it right now. You understand me? It's been a minute. But shout out to my folk. Yes, sir. So hit that like and share for the squad that would not charge a car. Let's get this thing jumping, man. Let's get this trap jump around the corner, and you already know. But first and foremost, we gotta make sure them haters doing the most what they was put on God's green earth to do, and you already knew that's hate, man. Let's get this trap jump around the corner. Hit that like and share for the squad that would not charge a car. Let's go. Yeah. Shout out to my folk. Let's get it.
I can't see a thing, all this money in my face. I just blew a bag, ran it back the same day. Ain't no looking back.
Yeah.
Came a long way. Hey, I know that they mad, but just let them hate. Hey, that what make them hate. That what make them hate. Hey, and we just getting K and they just in the way. Hey, that what make them hate. That what make them hate. Hey, cause we just getting K and they just in the way. Hey, landlord is showing how to ball, boy.
Let's do it.
You ain't in on the team, you just a ball, boy. Real high, used to rock knockout, but it's real now. Real fly. I probably average your career high. Nigga one day hating on it, probably wanna kill. When they got our own band, we hollin' f*** a deal. Long little CEO, CIP the dollar.
Let's get it.
Took my brother, that shit made me go harder. That shit turned me to a monster. Now I'm focused on the comma. I'm a run of them commas for the summer, run of them numbers. I know that they hate the way it ball, man. Rockin' all this ball, man. Street made on the chain. I can't see a thing, all this money in my face. I just blew a bag, ran it back the same day. Ain't no looking back, we came a long way. Hey, I know that they mad, but just let them hate. Hey, that what make them hate. That what make them hate. Hey, and we just getting K and they just in the way. Hey, that what make them hate. That what make them hate. Hey, cause we just getting K and they just in the way. Hey,
hold the phone. Now you might think you at school or maybe even at home or watching me through your phone, but I promise you, we back in the trap, baby. Let's go. I promise. Make no mistake about it, man. I've been hearing all of this naysaying and non-believing in my head, coach, and I don't like it now. I am in distress now. I am in distress. Y'all know this is a pro Mike McCarthy channel, and I'm going to get into why. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about the good things that Mike McCarthy has done for the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, we know he haven't got to the promised land. We already know that. We don't have to go about that. We don't have to talk about that because that is the obvious. That is the elephant in the room. But we do have to discuss exactly what he has accomplished. You know what I'm saying? And I think you need to put a little respect on Big Mike's name. I'm sorry. Trap. Now, we already know it's pretty much a foregone conclusion. We can pretty much just call Jerry Jones now some coach killers at this point. Like, we got the Cowboy coach killers in here, y'all. That's what I think that's going on. Because if you look at it, man, Jerry is notorious. Like, at this point, it's almost like saying him and Michael Myers and, you know, all of them killers is the same people. They twinning. Because Jerry is known for killing good coaches. He is known for running good coaches out of the building. What he did to the best coach we had, well, one of the best, Jimmy Johnson. What did he do to him? He fired Tom Landry. Like, let's go. He fired Tom Landry as soon as he came in. Then next thing you know, He win back-to-back Super Bowls with Jimmy Johnson and then fire the man. Well, you know, he got rid of Jimmy Johnson too. He ran Jimmy Johnson out the building. So at this point, listen, he's a notorious, nefarious coach killer, man. Shout out to ATM Sports in the building, man. Hey, it feel good to be back in the trap. I'm sorry, man. You know, the other style is cool, man, but I had to come back to home. You understand? We had some packs to move in the trap. You know what I'm saying? Trap. We got the white cup back, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got the red Kool-Aid. I got the purple Kool-Aid. Hold on, let's see. Y'all can see that little purple Kool-Aid, and y'all already know. Let me know what purple Kool-Aid rank on your you know what I'm saying, on your Mount Rushmore of Kool-Aid flavors. You already know what the best flavor is. You already know what the best one is. We ain't even got to discuss that. But, man, I'm just sick and tired of everybody talking about my coach, man. I support Mike McCarthy because, like I said, I remember them Jason Garrett days. People act like they don't remember Jason Garrett. Have y'all forgot Jason Garrett? Let me see. Maybe I can jog your memory a little bit. We going to talk about this. We going to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm so behind on them packs, man. It's a shame. Trap. Y'all know I'm lit being back in the trap, so y'all got to bear with me. You know what I'm saying? But let's see. I'm a little rusty and everything, but we going to make this work. Let me see. Okay. Make sure ain't nothing nefarious going on. And then, you know, boom. We going to hit them with the mirror. I don't know why they got me in a little circle, but we're going to rock with it right now. Okay, let me see how horrible it look first. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even asked for that. I ain't even order that. That came with the Happy Meal. But, okay, you got Mike McCarthy is getting fed up. He is absolutely sick of Jerry Jones. He's sick of it. That's what the reports are saying. Okay, this is CBS Sports, by the way. Mike McCarthy name may be soon added to the list of former Cowboys coaches who grew tired of working with Jerry Jones. Mike McCarthy, who is entering his 5th and final season under contract, is getting fed up with the Joneses undermining. He's doing it the best he can, an ex-Cowboys personnel man recently said per Tyler Doon of Go Long. Some of the people I've talked to have said that he's getting fed up a little bit. Mike McCarthy apparently isn't the only one who is growing wary of the Joneses, who has owned and operated the franchise since purchasing in 1989. According to recent reports, players are concerned about Jones and his ability/willingness to undermine their coach. That's just this is no surprise. We all know this. This really not even newsworthy. We already knew about the toxic environment that Mike McCarthy was operating under. We already knew he had to work underhandedly and, you know what I'm saying, had to be manipulative in the way he trying to get his outcomes in Dallas. I'm telling you. Y'all just don't understand the magic that he had to work to get Kellen Moore up out of here. So he would have really been, if Mike McCarthy was this like green average coach that everybody think he is, or slow, stupid coach that they think he is, I guarantee you that Mike McCarthy would have been out of the building. He would have been out of here. He would have sat up and let Kellen Moore now run game on him and get him fired first. But no, Mike McCarthy was able to survive that. He was able to maneuver and make sure he handled the politics to the best of his abilities and come out on the winning side of that. So that's a big time accomplishment in Dallas, because we already know somebody got to be the scapegoat. Somebody got to get it, right? I don't think that's even up for discussion. Somebody must suffer. And a lot of the times in Dallas, it be the wrong people that they point out. We already know who the puppet masters and pulling the strings at the front of the top office, and we already know who's really making this thing as bad as it is. But they have to assign blame on other people, because like we know, it's not much we can do about the ownership. But it says, Jerry has long held a reputation for being a very hands-on owner. That's very modest of them. That was largely contributed to breakup between Jones and Jimmy Johnson following the Cowboys' successful defense of their Super Bowl title at the end of 1993 season. The Cowboys did win a third Super Bowl under Jones' ownership 2 years later, but the franchise has never been the same since Johnson's departure. That goes on for me in stating my case that we already know Jerry is a coach killer, bro. Like, we need to be very cautious of this because I know the alarms are not ringing for y'all because a lot of people don't look at Mike McCarthy as a good coach. And I asked y'all this question yesterday. Somebody please tell me a reason why. Give me some tangible reasons why you feel like Mike McCarthy is not worthy of a head coaching job in Dallas. And I promise you, I probably got some good counter arguments to make you feel differently about this. So I just want some tangible stuff. I'm not even trying to argue or call nobody out. I just want to hear some real arguments. Because right now it's feeling like that mainstream media didn't really just hypnotize y'all. It's been brainwashed in your head to dislike Mike McCarthy for no reason. So I just want to hear some tangible reasons. We gonna try that exercise one more time because maybe I didn't have the same audience as yesterday. Maybe some of the people had something to say and they didn't get in enough. Maybe it was some people on the rewatch that had something to say. But I want to hear some tangible reasons why you feel like Mike McCarthy is not good enough and why you feel like he is not the guy for the job. I want to hear some real tangible things. But let's continue. Ironically, Hall of Fame coach Bill Parcells, who left New England following Super Bowl appearance because of his inability to coexist with Patriots owner Robert Kraft, said that he had a positive experience working with the Joneses during his 4-year stint in Dallas from 2003 to 06. But why did Parcells leave so soon, though? You know what I'm saying? I don't think we was ready for Parcells to leave. And I had my suspicions to why he packed up and got the hell on so quick. I think he's just being nice. I think this might just be coach speak from him. Excuse me, but I'm not sure. What y'all think about that? Y'all think Bill Parcells telling the truth, or do y'all think this just coach speak? Are y'all saying like, man, Bill just don't want to drag him down or, throw him over under the bus. He just don't want to do Jerry too bad in the public. But I'm pretty sure Bill Parcells had some problems with Jerry as well. But he says, I enjoyed working with Jerry. Parcells said last fall, I learned a lot about the business side of the game. I found him to be very supportive. He was a benevolent person who did a lot for a lot of people. His word was good. I really liked him. While Jones has likely adjusted his handling of coaches following Johnson, his philosophy when it comes to owning the team doesn't appear to have changed. Along with the title of owner, Jones continues to serve as general manager despite the ever-changing landscape of free agency and the salary cap. Yeah, you could argue with conviction that the Cowboys' recent inability to snap their NFC Championship appearance drought, which is 28 years and counting. We did not ask y'all to say that. We didn't need to know that. We already know. Is largely due to their issues managing the cap. I don't think that's been the problem. Managing the cap, I think that's cap. We had Dak at a cheap price and still didn't win. So I don't think managing the cap has been our issue. Our issue is not being able to shoot our shot when the time is right. Not making the right moves at the right time. Not having peanut butter and jelly at the same time. Having a great offense and having a weak defense. Having a good defense and having a weak offense. Like, we never had both of those things at one time. And a couple of times where we actually did what it was, 2014, that's when the Dez caught it. We had a decent team all around. Some weird stuff happened. So it hasn't been us that many times. Well, we had it, 2021, we lost to the 49ers. They had a better team. They just beat us. They was the better team. So it didn't happen too many times where we had a complete team that played a complete game in those situations. So I don't think it's the cap. I think we just didn't make championship level moves like trades or nothing like that at the right time. I feel like we just been sitting on our hands and watching the league pass us by when it comes to being aggressive, making free agent type moves. Somebody let me know how y'all feel about that, because I truly feel like that's the reason. I feel like when all the opportunities presented themselves, I just feel like we always just sat back and sat on our hands and waited too late. Like, if we was judging the way the Cowboys behave when it comes to acquiring free agents by somebody putting their finger on the stove and realizing it's hot, they would turn into the dude from the Fantastic Four. They would be bursting out in flames because they don't realize when it's time to make those moves. They just don't. But it goes on to say the Cowboys lost running back Tony Pollard and center Tyler Biadasz in free agency, and they have a pending contract situations with their three biggest stars, quarterback Dak Prescott, receiver CeeDee Lamb, and linebacker Michael Parsons. Those contract situations have created distractions throughout that likely won't dissipate when training camp opens next month. Then there's the uncertain future of Mike McCarthy, who was on the hot seat after the Cowboys upset by the Packers in January wildcard playoff game. McCarthy is set to enter 2024 as a lame duck coach, as Jones has not extended his contract. McCarthy went 12-5 in the past 3 seasons in Dallas, but the Cowboys are just 1-3 in the playoffs over that span. McCarthy likely wants to continue coaching in Dallas, assuming the team finds a way to keep its nucleus together. The questions that will eventually be answered is whether or not McCarthy wants to keep working with the Joneses and vice versa. So that was a pretty nice article, but I disagree with their assessment saying that it was the cap. I really disagree with that. I feel like, T. Foster Bill was just being nice. I feel like that was cap. But let's look at some of this stuff for Mr. Mike McCarthy. I think people really don't realize what a real good head coach is. Now, of course, he is 1-3 in the playoffs. We got to get better at that. But we already know 3 of those games, he was not the head person in control of the offense. He was the head coach, but he went in control of the offense, which is his specialty, which is how he make his bank. That's where he made his name at. And I just feel like it was unfair for him not to be, for him to be held responsible. And we already know he didn't even select Kellen Moore. So listen, I might have to come back to this. So let me know. Okay, I'm not here taking up for Mike McCarthy, right? But I do want to say this. The reason I say that, Mike McCarthy really shouldn't be responsible for those 2 years. And the reason I say that, I know that sounds crazy, but listen, if Mike McCarthy was to bring in his own OC and fail those 2 years, I'd be like, hey, that's on you, Mike, because you picked the coach. That was your job. You was the head coach and you selected the coach. We know for a fact that Kellen Moore was never Mike McCarthy guy. That was never Mike McCarthy guy. So the only argument I could give y'all is to say this. Mike McCarthy shouldn't have accepted the job. But who's going to decline a Cowboys job? So that's why I tell you, Mike McCarthy had to come into the organization and move underhandedly to be able to manipulate the situation to get what he needed out of it. That's what Mike McCarthy had to do. So, listen, it was no way. I'm going to tell you right now, I said this before in the past, but I do want to try to get a gauge on how y'all feel about this. If Mike McCarthy, when he was in the hiring process, if he would have met the Joneses force against force when they said, hey, we going to keep Kellen Moore. If Mike McCarthy was like, nah, I don't want Kellen Moore, I want to call my own plays. How do you think that would have played out for Mike McCarthy with hopes of being the Dallas Cowboys quarterback? How you think that would have played out? Let me know. Do y'all think he would have had a legitimate shot of being our coach if he would have went head-to-head against the Joneses day one? That was not a possibility in my opinion. But I want to hear from y'all. Let me know. Do y'all think that would have been a real possibility? He wouldn't have been our coach. So I don't know if you could just blame him on that because he did sign his name. You know, he signed his name to the millions. He pricked his finger and signed the blood contract. He did that. But we gotta be realistic about this. He would have never been the quarterback. I mean, he would have never been the head coach, ever. He would have never been the head coach of the Cowboys. So, okay, when we come to that conclusion, Mike McCarthy had to be finessing to even get in this situation, y'all. He had to be a finesser to even be in Dallas. So once he finessed his way in Dallas, okay, now he got to gauge the situation. He got to embrace the toxic environment that he's in. Now he got to find a way to manipulate to get what he wants and need to win and build a team that he need to build. So, okay, he got in there. Boom. He still had to wait 2 years to even call plays, bro. Trap. This man had to wait 2 years to even call plays. So how you gonna hold that against him? We know he ain't got full control in Dallas. Let's be real. We know that. If you sit up and think that, we already know what to think about you. We already know.
Shout, but shout it. Shout, but shout it. Shout, 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 shout. Shout, but shout it. Shout, but shout it. Shout, but shout it. Shout, 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 shout. Shout, but shout it.
You should know better than that. You should know better than that. We already know he didn't have full power. We know that. So why would we sit up here and act like he would? Okay, boom. So when he get in here, he had to underhanded, he had to be nefarious, he had to be, you know what I'm saying, underhanded and all kind of evil words. He had to behave like that to get the things done that he needed to get done. He got Kellen Moore whacked. Boom. He good with me already. He good with me already because we needed him out the building. So now, this year, last year was the first year that you could say, hey, put it on Mike McCarthy. That's the first year. Put it all on Mike McCarthy. Okay, that was his first year installing his offense. That was his first year having Dak Prescott solely to himself. And look what happened. The first year, installing a brand new offense, losing Zeke, taking chances on the roster. This is why when it comes to being a yes man or being a nice guy, because I don't think Mike a yes man. I think he a nice guy. Kinda. I think Mike's slick with it. Like, Mike a gangster, but he's slick with it. Like, in Dallas, you just can't be the big gangster because Jerry the biggest gangster. He gonna get you out of town. And y'all gonna have to clash if you just all out with it. So you gotta be slick gangster over here. So when that happened, you gotta think, Mike McCarthy already knew what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? Mike know what he had to do. So now we look at the offense now, man. Mike McCarthy did exactly what he needed, got the best out of Dak Prescott while taking risk on the roster. Who knew that? Was it not a risk getting rid of Zeke and starting Tony Pollard at running back after coming off an injury? Was that not a risk? Let me know. Yes or no? Was that a risk starting Tony Pollard at running back coming fresh off a leg injury? Was that a risk? Yes. Starting Jake Ferguson at tight end before he ever did it before. Even though it worked out, that was a risk. That's risky business. Yes, that's a risk. Okay. Not even having a linebacker on the roster. He didn't even have a linebacker on the roster. We had a linebacker that was so lost. We probably, on a lot of plays, we probably should have had an Amber Alert out for Damone Clark. That man sidestepped better than Luka when it comes to some contact. So, okay, we ain't have no linebackers. We ain't have a really starting running back. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy, the stuff that he had to deal with. He still managed to win 12 football games. Trap. Yeah, Ms. Nisa, that's absolutely right. But we can't deny the fact that going into 2023, that was a risk. We felt good about Ferg, but we don't know for sure. You see what I'm saying? We feel good about Ferg, but we don't know how, you know what I'm saying? We don't know what the end result would have been. He could have bombed out. You know what I'm saying? We felt good about Blake Jarwin. You know what I'm saying? That didn't never help. It didn't never work out for us. Not to say that Blake probably wouldn't have been a good dude, but you know, he got hurt. So we don't know how that would have worked out. So that was another risk on this football team. It was a risk taking Dak out of the old offense that he was in all that time while you trying to win. It was a risk of installing another offense year one trying to be a championship level team. That's a risk. But it worked. And Mike did a masterful job with 1 year, one offseason with that and his offense. He did a great job. But people still looking at him like, I don't fool with Mike. But let's talk about his resume then. Let's talk about his resume. Because I think people get disrespectful and they just forget that it ain't many coaches that's messing with this dude. It's just not. I want y'all to know, did y'all know out of 18 years of being a head coach, Mike McCarthy ain't got nothing but like 4 losing seasons? That's dope, right? Look at it for yourself. 2006, when he started being a head coach, 8-8. 2007, 13-3. 2008, 6-10. That's his first losing season. 2009, 11-5. 2010, 10-6. 11, 15-1. 12, 11-5. 13, 8-7. Okay. 14, 12-4. 15, 10-6. 16, 10-6. 17, 7-9. That's his second losing season. 18, 4-6 and 1. I don't know what happened. Must have been a lockout year or something. I don't know. But that was another losing season. That's 3. 2020 with the Dallas Cowboys, and we know what happened. He got 4 losing seasons, and Dak was hurt one of them, bro. Trap. This man got 4 losing seasons out of 18 years, and Dak was hurt one of them. But y'all sit up here and play with Mike McCarthy like he's something to play with. Like this man ain't Coach Joe Montana, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. Like he ain't like that. I think people gotta relax, bro. This what I want. This what I'm saying this for. Don't let the mainstream narrative trick you out of a good coach. It's easy to start over. People act like it's no going down. You could get worse. Do people realize you could get worse? I don't think they do. 12-5 is not a normal floor. The last 3 years, 12-5 is your average. With a hell of a coach. And in one of those 3 years, he won a playoff game. Now, of course, in the playoffs, we need better. We need more. But I'd be damned if I start all the way over from where we at right now and think we're going to do better. I think that's silly. Trying to start over all the way. Because, look, if you get rid of Mike McCarthy and keep Dak, now you making Dak learn a whole nother offense again. Trap. Is that fair to Dak Prescott at that point? Is that fair to us? Is that fair to the betterment of the team? If you take Mike McCarthy out of this offense again, whoever you bring back in, Dak gonna have to run a whole new offense again. Is that not gonna help us? Is that not gonna hurt us? That's gonna make Dak and the whole offense take a step back. Automatically. So if you support Mike McCarthy leaving, you gonna be supporting Dak running a whole new offense that quickly after he just learned one. I just think people don't realize when you got a good thing. And I think that's sad. Out of 18 years, this man got 4 losing seasons, and one of them, Dak Prescott, was hurt. I think that deserves a round of applause. But people gonna sit up and tell you, oh, he had Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers did everything. That's not true. He helped groom Aaron Rodgers too. You know what I'm saying? He's a part of that team too. And another thing, I told y'all the last year, Mike McCarthy don't get enough credit for building his team. He don't get enough credit for building his team. Yeah. We got Will McClay. Yeah, he a dog, he a beast. We know. Make no mistake about it. Let me ask you a question. In 2020, when we was watching the draft, because I know you was watching the draft. If you were watching Landlord, you was watching the draft too. I know you was. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to tell me. I know you were. Especially the first round. In 2020, when you watched the draft, if I'm not mistaken, let me know. I got my antennas up. I'm not sure. Let me know. Who was it that selected CeeDee Lamb? Who did that? Trap. Because I don't know if your TV was working like my TV. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was just a little, some stuff going on with my TV. I don't know. My antenna's up. Was it Mike McCarthy? I think it was Mike McCarthy. I believe so. Okay. Then in the second round, he went and drafted Trayvon Diggs. Wait a minute. Your whole 12-5 roster, Mike McCarthy was there for it. But the people that don't like Mike McCarthy, we gonna give Will McClay and them all the credit. We gonna give the org the credit. Mike McCarthy had something to do with that too, sir. Head coaches help build teams too, sir. They have a say-so. And then when you building a whole team, you have to sign off on it. So listen, in Mike McCarthy's tenure, you know what he got you? Let me tell you what Mike McCarthy got you. He got you the top 5 players on your team, excluding Dak Prescott. He got you Michael Parsons. You know that was Mike too. Trap. I don't think people realize this, man. I'm not saying Mike get all the credit, but I'm telling you he was involved. This what y'all got to realize. If we had a different head coach, we might have different players here. We might have different players. We might have not took the risk on Mike McCarthy. On Michael Parsons. We might have said, nah, we good. We might have not did that. We might have not took the risk and waited on Trayvon Diggs in the second. We probably would have took Trey in the first. We probably would have took Trey in the first and missed out on CeeDee Lamb. Do you see how drastically you can change history? What if we did have a different head coach? Who knows if that would have went the same way? Mike McCarthy, offensive head coach, he gave you CeeDee Lamb, bro. I don't care. Trap. Man, I ain't never heard nobody give Mike credit for CeeDee Lamb. I don't think I ever heard nobody on this YouTube, all my content creators, all these media people, I ain't never heard nobody put some respect on Mike McCarthy's name for pushing that to go draft CeeDee Lamb. Because we ain't even need CD. We ain't even need CeeDee Lamb at the time. Big Mike said, let's draft CeeDee Lamb. Trap. We ain't even need CD at the time. You see what I'm saying? I just don't think people looking at this right, man. And the reason that I'm banging so hard for Mike McCarthy, because I know he's going to give us the best chance right now. You can't start all this over. You can't start all this over right now. Somebody said Kellen Moore got us CD. Man, Kellen Moore ain't get us no CD. Mike McCarthy got us CD. Trap. I ain't see Kellen Moore when it was time to pick him. I seen Jared talking to Mike McCarthy on the phone. Now, it might have been just for show, because you know Mike ain't got all the power. But I promise you, I feel like they asked him a little bit, hey, Mike, you know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is the head coach does have some type of input when you building these teams. So he should get credit for some of it. That's all. He should get credit for some of it. You know what I'm saying? Now when the scouts is looking for players like Will McClay and them, they looking for players for Mike McCarthy, for what he want to do. If they was looking for players for another head coach, they might have not went this direction. They might have not did that. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Said Micah and Diz made DQ. Now you might be able to give DQ the props for drafting Micah, but Mike McCarthy got Trayvon Diggs before DQ was even here. Trap. And then your top 5 players since Mike McCarthy been here. Of course, number 1, Micah Parsons. I don't know right now though. You might have to say CeeDee Lamb number 1, but that's a discussion for another day. Nah, I'm finna be messy today. Screw it. Who the best player, y'all? Let's talk about this. It's off season. We ain't got nothing else to do. Who the best player? CeeDee Lamb or Micah Parsons? Who the best player? This is gonna be interesting. This is interesting. I'm putting your feet to the fire right now. Who is the best player between those two? CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons. Because I know a lot of people love Micah. A lot of people love CD. So this is going to be an interesting discussion. And the only reason I'm doing this is for entertainment purposes and because we trying to see who the top 5 players that were selected under Mike McCarthy's tenure. And I'm telling you, he deserves some credit for that. I know Dak the best player, especially if you're talking about last year, but we talking about between CD and Micah right now. Said Micah Righteous, 3-time All-Pro. That's a good case. But I ain't gonna lie. I asked the question, and I feel like it's CD right now. I feel like CD the best. Because look, the only reason I say that, Rage, because you almost made me change my mind. You know, landlord, I'm objective. I don't got to be right. If you make a good case, I might switch it up. I don't think I ever seen your name on here. That just show you how honest I am. You almost made me change my mind because that's a good case. But when I look at CD was undoubtedly 1A, 1B wide receiver last year. 1A, 1B wide receiver last year. And then you look at Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill did it with another another gangster on the side of him. No disrespect to Brandon Cooks, but give me Jalen Waddle 100 times, and I ain't even looking back about it. I ain't even losing no sleep. Jalen Waddle is like that. I might have a little Bama bias in there, true enough, but I'm just being real. He got another dog on the side of him. CD pretty much did his by himself, by his lonely. Him and Jake Ferguson. So, okay, top 5, we'll just say, I feel like it's CeeDee Lamb. Because he 1A, 1B in his position. Micah's not 1A, 1B in his position. I think I came to the realization of that last year. I'm a huge Micah Parsons fan. I feel like the sky's the limit for the young man. But I think last year showed me that he's not the best defensive player like we say. Like I was saying it last year too. He's the best defensive player in the league. I don't think that's true now. I don't think that's true. He's definitely top 5, but I don't think he's the best defensive player in the league. Now, if you judging him off defensive end, it's other guys that did better. It's other guys that been playing better over a consistent basis. You see what I'm saying? We gave Micah 3rd year. We've seen defensive player of the year be from defensive end, Joey Bosa, Myles Garrett, these people at his position. So you gotta say they better than him. And it's people that got more sacks than him, They doing better over a consistent 3-4 years. So I don't even think it's fair to say he the best defender in the league. We can't even say that. We can't even say that. So by default, if CD is arguably the best at his position and Micah is not, it's obvious CD got to be the best. So, okay, CD would be the number 1 player on that list. Then Micah Parsons, number 2. Then they got Tyler Smith at number 3. Then they got Deron Bland at 4, which is false. I might put Trayvon Diggs up there before some of them too, but I'm just going off their list right now. This is their list. They got Micah Parsons number 1, CeeDee Lamb number 2, Tyler Smith number 3, Deron Bland number 4, and Trayvon Diggs number 5. How in the world is Bland over Diggs already? That's wild. But I love Bland, but come on. Trayvon Diggs is a way bigger star than Deron Bland is. And even though Deron had a star-studded year last year, Trey is way more polarizing and a star over a span of time than Deron Bland. So I would say Trey would be I don't know. Who the best player? Tyler Smith or Trayvon Diggs? That's a hard one. I think Tyler might got Trey. And y'all know I love Trey. Tyler might got Trey. That's how high I am on Tyler. That's no slight at Trey. That's just how high I am on Tyler. Like, Tyler is a monster. I don't know. That one crazy. What y'all think? Tyler versus Trey. Who the best player? Who the best player? Tyler might be Ain't C. Burleson. It might be Tyler, and Trey is phenomenal to me. Y'all know how high I am on Trey. I'm just so crazy about Tyler though. You know what I'm saying? That just show you how high I am on Tyler. That's no knock on my guy Trey at all. At all. So okay. We'll say Tyler Smith deserves to be number 3. And then if you ask me who the best between Trey and Bland, I'm saying Trey 100 times over. And I love Bland. So it ain't no slight at Bland, but he ain't better than Trey, bro. Tyler is a gangster. Troy said Diggs. That's a hard one, ain't it? That's a hard one, ain't it? I don't know if nobody else asked these questions. That's a hard one. Tyler Smith or either Trayvon Diggs. But Tyler was an All-Pro. Trey was an All-Pro too. So we got All-Pros galore on this team, man. That's crazy. That's what let you know we got some good players. We got a good core. We got a good unit. We got to keep them together and get better. People will say, hey, you got all these All-Pros. You don't need nobody else. You know what I say? I say double down then.
Trap.
I say make it unfair. You know what I'm saying? Do what the Warriors did. Shit. Go get the football equivalent of KD. Let's do it like that. Look, it was unfair when KD went over there. We know that. It was unfair. But let's say this. When you've been losing for 28 years, I don't care about that no more. You know? Trap. When you've been losing 28 years, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about that no more. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. I don't care about that no more. Some of that, you know, that gamesmanship just go out the window for me. I just can't be losing for 30 years. I'm sorry. We can't get to the 30 mark. Let's not do that. Mr. Deacon said Diggs all day long. That's a hard one, though. I ain't mad at no way y'all go on that. Klebo said Tyler because Trey got hurt. Both dogs, though. Yeah, I can see that. That's a hard one there, though. I'm not going to lie to you. We got some great players because that's like That's almost like I don't want to answer type stuff. Like, leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? It'll make it just walk away. I don't want to answer that. But yeah, I think Trey versus Bland is easily Trey. But Bland is a great player. I think he's a very good player. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I could say when you be an all-pro, I think all-pro mean great. Is that not fair? Let me know. What y'all think about that? We just vibing out right now. Do all-pro mean great? I feel like it do. I feel like it do. If anything says you great, what would it be? At your position, like an individual. All-pro gotta mean great. See that, T? That's the Jones mentality. We gotta do more with less. We gotta do more with less. Thomas Johnson says nope. So you saying all-pro don't mean great? What all-pro mean to you then? Because all-pro, I can see Pro Bowl. Pro Bowl is like, Pro Bowl, yeah. All-pro mean, you know what I'm saying? You are the best at your position. You are the best or you the second best. It's no mistake in that. It's no mistake in that. Thomas says it means you're consistently good. I don't think so. Consistently good wouldn't catapult you over everybody else in your position. You see what I'm saying? All pro means you are the guy at your position. And it's only one more other person. You get one from this side, one from that side. And if you on one of those sides, you get a second team all pro too. You get a second team all pro. Hold on. Let me make sure. How many all pros get selected? Just to be sure. Hold on. Okay. It's only 22 players. Yeah, so 2 on each side. 2 on each side. I think all pro mean great. If it's only 22, you know what that mean? That mean it's 1 from each side. That's what I'm saying. So do that mean great to you? Do that mean great to you? It got to. Good grief. You know what I'm saying? It got to me. To me, all pro equal great. I'm sorry. Either this the only 2 alternatives. Either all pro mean great, or that year everybody was bad. You know what I'm saying? Them the only 2 conclusions. There's nowhere in between. Either all pro that year, either all pro means great, or everybody else was bad. Which one is more likely to you? People don't like that. People don't like that because you see Dak being an all-pro over Pat and them and shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't like that. But we talking about individuals and what they did that year. We know Pat the better quarterback. But that year, Dak played better than him. Dak played better. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what else you can say. Shout out to Rico Jones, man. I appreciate you, man. We working on growing. We working on getting bigger and better. I've been trying to improve everything that I do here. So, hey, man, if you support that, man, make sure you hit the like button, hit the share button. If you're enjoying the show, hit the like button, hit the share button. If this your first time watching, I go by Landlord from Alabama with the same handle on our social media, man. Make sure you tap in for the win. I appreciate you. And, hey, this is independent content right here, man, so we need your support. Make sure you hit the like, the donation button, the cash out, the super chats. Hey, even if you're watching this on a rewatch, hey, you can hit a super thanks if you want to, man. Hey, we need help getting this content out to the masses, man. You know, this is on our own dime. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, if you feel like you support this and you want to see your brother keep rocking, make sure y'all support, man. But, yeah, do y'all got any other topics y'all want to go over before I ride this thing on out? Hey, I just feel good, man. It's been a minute since I did content this way, so I'm feeling good. With my sounds back, you know, I know some people can't stand them, but hey, this is who I am, you know? This is what we do here in the trap. Y'all know that. Thomas says, I think the term great comes with fear from your opponents and being well above average for at least 3 to 5 seasons. Fear from your opponents is kind of subjective, but I think Dak fits that criteria. He's been above average for at least the last 3 seasons. He has been. Even with the 15 interception, he came back and went crazy. The offense went from, you know, bottom 5 to top 1 when he came back with the 15 interceptions. Trayvon Diggs been one of the best cornerbacks since he been out. Since his rookie year. His rookie year, he had like 4-5 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? He was getting burned, but he was making plays too on a terrible defense. So now you look at it. I think I kind of like your criteria. I will say that. But I think my guys kind of fit that description though. I really do. James Bates. What's up, landlord from Alabama? What's happening with you? It's a lot of new people in here, man. I've been getting a lot of new subs. The channel been growing. And that's thanks to y'all for helping to get it out there, man. So y'all make sure y'all continue to hit that like and short, man. I mean that short, man. Somebody got me thinking about short bus. He says, I need the sound, bro. The slapping the cat, the short bus, shout it all on. Hey, man, I ain't slid on nobody in a minute, man. So, hey, if you don't feel like our players are great, if you running with the main screen, man, I'm going to have to slide on you. I hate to do you like that, but hey, this how it goes sometimes. I'm sorry.
Creeping on the come up, baby. Yeah. What's up, Kurt? I'm sick of you, Scotty.
We sliding on them boys over here, man. That's how we get down when we
Trap.
That's how we get down when we get down. But man, listen, I already know this is not really even newsworthy, man. Just in closing, we know we surprised it took so long for Mike McCarthy to be fed up. We surprised that it took so long for this report to come out. You know what I'm saying? We surprised. That's what we'll say. But we'll look at this and say, man, I just wanted to make this show today, man, so I can show y'all that you actually have a good coach. This almost one of them things like, you know, people be taking the good stuff they have for granted, man. They'll sit up and have a brand new car, and then they'll look over and see somebody in a Lexus and be like, damn, I wish I had a Lexus. But you just don't understand. You still should be appreciative to what you have. You could be walking. You know what I'm saying? You could be in a much worse situation. So you know what they say. Comparison is the thief of all joy. You can't have no joy if you always comparing stuff with everything, man. It's just not like that. You have to be there. Like my boy J. Cole say, you got to love yours, man. And we got to support our coach. This is our coach. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he deserves your support. Now listen to this. In closing, Mike McCarthy came here, went 12-5 3 years in a row, right? He dealing with all the toxicity in the Jones family, in the Jones organization. He dealing with all of that. He came here being disrespected, but yet and still, he still been having a successful run. He done picked you numerous all-pros on your football team. He done built a great competitive football team. Then last year when he took over, he gave you the best you ever seen out of Dak Prescott and your offense on a consistent basis. Dak was much more efficient than I ever seen him last year. I won't say that he was just the best I ever seen per se, but I'll say I didn't see the big swings in Dak play last year. Dak was much more consistent. He had like 3 bad games out of 17. That's a hell of a way to get it started with your brand new offense. That's great. That's greatness right there. So year 2, I feel like Mike McCarthy should do better and should get better and better. I just feel good about this offense. I'm bullish about this offense going forward. Even though I didn't get my wide receivers, I just feel confident that Mike McCarthy will be able to do better with the people he got going forward. I just really do. But, man, y'all already know what I say, man. Hey, you already know why them haters hate on us. Why? Because we are the greatest. That's why. Shout out to everybody rocking. Thanks for all the love and support. Hey, man, make sure you support this, man. Make sure you hit that like and share. Let's go. Yeah.
And this is greatness defined. Every line is divine. Verses boggle your mind. And every song, man, I swear it just get better with time. No matter how much shade they throwing, I still manage to shine. I don't know why they so obsessed with mine. I'm all they think about. Go in their house, they probably got my pics in a shrine. Damn, I never let these play me. They see us ballin', now they wanna switch teams like KD. I know my time coming, I guess I'ma wait and see. I'm too cocky and confident that humble ain't for me, Lord. Help me with my egotistical ways, but I'm amazed how they display such miserable hate. I never paid attention to what most people say. They words are unimportant like prepositional phrase. They wanna see me crash and burn in a ridiculous blaze, but yet I rise like the Phoenix. Show these I'm great and yeah. I know these haters can't stand me. We'll take a seat. I do it for the family. So
do you
bring the block to the Grammys, and if you try to stop me, you need a plan B. Yeah, I just do it for the real. If you ain't from the bottom, you ain't get how I feel. To go against the odds, go hard, chase meals, let doubters till you make it. Show 'em all you the greatest. I'm the greatest. Young poet got flow flowing, it's mind blowing. I'm flamboyant when brainstorming, that's fair warning. For my opponents, there will be mourning before the morning. Every beat I eat and destroy it, that's what the fans wanted. The hot topic, you try to copy, that's hard stopping. Yeah, I'm a giant when rhyming and y'all microscopic. I got them watching and they believe in me like a prophet. Cause the pics I'm cropping be masterpieces, they photoshopping. I'm from the bottom, assembled by the avenue. So I gotta pay homage to the hood to show my gratitude. And then my attitude is similar to an animal. These niggas ain't half as cool, I got different levels to tap into. I am the truth. To know that I kill it, these are God level lyrics. I should be on Mount Olympus. My music therapeutic to the real spirit, like it came from ancient Kemet. Ain't nobody messing with me, I'm the great. Yeah, I know these haters can't stand me. We'll take a seat, I do it for the family. So bring the block to the Grammys, and if you try to stop me, you need a plan B. Yeah, I just do it for the real. If you ain't from the bottom, you ain't get how I feel. To go against the odds, go hard, chase meals, let the doubters see you make it, and show 'em all you the greatest. I'm the greatest.
And not only am I the greatest, we are the greatest. You know them haters hate us because they ain't us. You know them haters want to try to suppress our success, but nevertheless, we pass every single test with flying colors like no other. And like I say, 1K, one love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go.